thank you for joining us for the 18th episode of
Pharm Girls.
Today, our VIP, very important pharmacist, is our new executive fellow, Haley Pertzborn.
Yes.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She is from the Des Moines, Iowa area and graduated from Drake University.
Yes.
So we're going to have more on that later.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to have some
Pharm
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to tell you about some fun events that are coming up.
Yes, as always.
Yeah, some of the events are members-only events.
Right.
Awesome. So if you're not a member, you should join so you can take part in these great social and learning events.
Right. And now it's time for Pharm Facts. Okay, so our Pharm Facts today are going to be a little bit of trivia also. So I'm going to quiz you two.
I love trivia.
Yeah.
I do too.
Okay. I do too, but I would not know any of this trivia. Yeah, so the same.
Yeah.
Hopefully you do. Okay, so what do you guys think are the top 5 most prescribed drugs in the U.S. by number of prescriptions? So what do we think is the first one?
I would say amoxicillin.
I'm thinking lisinopril. Lisinopril is my go-to.
Do you think lisinopril because we just, as a country, we have high blood pressure?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. But now, you said amoxicillin. I would think that would be too, but that is not in the top 5. Now, I got these from the top 50. Now, of course, some of them skewed a little bit when I looked up different ones. Yeah. So this one was by the number of prescriptions.
Okay.
So the first one they say is, I'm going to slaughter this probably, atorvastatin.
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 Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense. We
It does.
as a country,
Yeah.
we like our cheese.
And this is U.S. I don't know if I mentioned that, but U.S. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
It
if this
adds
is
up.
other countries. I feel like not in all of them.
We like our cheese.
We do.
We like a big fatty steak.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Burger.
Yeah,
Burger.
because this
Give it to me.
treats high cholesterol.
Okay,
as
sure, yeah.
probably
Right.
most of the pharmacists know.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, atorvastatin.
Atorvastatin.
Now you got Marcia messing up.
No, it's I don't know what it's called. Yeah,
Atorvastatin.
that has been prescribed more than other drugs in its class. The brand name is Lipitor.
Right.
Which I think we all probably know
Easier
that.
to say too.
Much easier. Yeah. I knew when I saw Lipitor, I was like, oh, Lipitor.
Easy.
Okay,
Yeah, I
gotcha.
know what that is, right?
So total prescriptions, and this was from September of last year is when these stats were out, over 114 million
Ka-ching.
prescriptions in the United States. Yeah.
Wow.
Representing over 26 million patients.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's a lot
The
of
patients gets me a little more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
a lot of people on a high
That's a lot of
cholesterol
people.
drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we like
Yeah.
our cheese.
Okay, so number 2 is levothyroxine.
Levothyroxine,
Yep.
right,
Okay.
right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Treats hypothyroidism, which is, I don't remember, you have your thyroid is overactive?
The other way.
Under.
Underactive. Okay. Over the past 10 years,
Levothyroxine.
Levo.
Okay, yeah.
Levothyroxine.
Okay, has always landed in the top 3 prescription drugs. So that one is over
That surprises me.
98 million prescriptions
Wow.
and over 20 million patients.
Wow.
Yeah.
Been a big dog for a while.
Which seems high for, I guess, for
But
hypothyroidism.
if you add all of the strengths of this together,
That is a good point.
okay.
Haley, how
Yeah.
many strengths do you think there are?
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to count the bottles that I see on my shelf.
Yeah, I can't.
There's at least
I can't think.
7?
7, 8,
7,
10?
8,
I don't
yeah.
know. There's lots of different strengths.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe if you combine all those
Yes.
together. Yeah. Okay.
Then it would be.
It adds up. It adds up.
Okay.
Because some people, like my mom's on a super low dose of something like this, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Because it just runs in her family. So her doctor put her on like just a super, super low dose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Okay, next one, metformin.
Ding 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 ding.
There it is. I don't know why neither of us said metformin.
Yeah.
Would be top one or two.
shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So there are more than 37 million people in the United States with diabetes. 37 million. That's, yeah.
Yep.
So obviously that's no surprise. So a drug that treats type 2 diabetes, it has consistently remained in the top 10 drugs. I would guess.
Well,
It's a good drug.
and you know what's funny is a lot of diabetic patients are on atorvastatin. atorvastatin.
They go very hand in hand.
So both. Okay, it's a combo, a nice combo to do.
Yeah, I think that's one of the guidelines is that diabetic patients are supposed to be on a lipid lowering agent.
Okay,
But anyway,
that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So this one, prescriptions over 92 million.
Wow.
Representing over 20 million patients. For this one also.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, anybody that gets diagnosed with diabetes, that is like
the first.
the first step for everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay.
Except type 1s.
Type 1 start on insulin.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, so-
Type 2's metformin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guidelines are just like any other drug.
Yeah.
then
Whatever you
bunch
think
of
is
other
best.
things.
Try any other drug.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many out there.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is it was on our list of the worst smelling drugs.
Oh, that's right. Well, we did that. I forgot. That sounds really familiar, but I didn't remember why. If it was something my parents were on, but I don't think
Worst
they're on.
smelling. I don't know.
Wow.
Haley, can you describe the smell of metformin?
Like a powder, but like there's just like a grime. Like,
It smells chemically.
yeah,
you know?
definitely like
Sewagey?
lab.
I think it smells kind of like dead fish.
Or dead fish?
Would you disagree?
I think so.
kind of
It comes
like powdered fish.
I feel like
Like
it's
a bad smell. It's
yeah.
a bad smell.
It just is.
Yeah.
It just is.
Not pleasant.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one, lisinopril,
Number 4.
number 4. Yes, number 4. We're
Okay.
on 4.
Yeah.
Yes,
I knew
is
it.
an ACE inhibitor.
Yes.
This one I do know my dad is on this one. That's just why this one looks familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, used to treat high blood pressure. So heart failure and following a heart attack.
Yep.
It says. It has bumped back and forth between the top 4 spots over the past 10 years.
Oh. Wow.
So,
Huh.
and this one, prescriptions over 88 million and patients over 19 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many of those prescriptions have you filled lately?
Oh my goodness. I used to just print out all lisinopril prescriptions and just
Just
that's what I did for like 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Just zone in with me and lisinopril.
You-
You know?
Yeah.
Me and my lisinopril,
Yep.
some Barry Manilow.
Yeah. Get a little intimate.
There you go. There you go.
Lisinopril, Yeah.
Well, and oddly enough, this can also be prescribed for people who have diabetes.
Yeah. Odd.
So,
There's
yeah.
a theme.
Yes.
I do sense a theme.
Yes. And oddly, next is
Amlodipine.
amlodipine.
Ah,
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, that one was getting me. It's a calcium channel blocker.
Yeah.
Also treats high blood pressure, coronary artery disease, and angina, chest pain. So
Yep.
I see a path here, people.
I know. We got a lot of heart stuff going on.
Diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cholesterol.
Yes. Well, there's nothing like living in the United States.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we go big, people. We go
We
big.
do.
Yeah,
In
Don't say
more
we
ways
don't do
than
it
one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes, we literally go big. Yeah. Okay, so since it became a generic drug in the 2000s, it has gained popularity and risen into the top 10 drugs. So this one, kind of low, total prescriptions over 69 million.
Just a few.
Just
We're
a
going
little.
down a little.
Subtle.
Yeah, representing over 16 million patients.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowza.
So
So, Haley, I haven't been in a community pharmacy for a while. Is lisinopril and amlodipine, and actually all of these
Yeah.
are generics.
oh, okay.
None of these are. I mean,
Is
they
Lipitor?
exist
Yeah.
as brand name,
Oh,
but
okay.
most often you have
given a
dispensed generics for these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are they still somewhat affordable?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know that some people with levothyroxine prefer the brand Synthroid. I haven't really with the other drugs. Most people just get generic.
Okay.
But yeah, just because it's the thyroid hormone, some people just think the brand works a little better.
Yeah.
And that one's still pretty expensive, but
Uh-huh.
the generic's very cheap.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So at
All
least
of
they're
them.
not the most expensive drugs.
Exactly.
Do you know what's going to be on here?
Oh no, what?
Do you know what's going to be on here in a short period of time? Semaglutide, right?
So I was just about to say
that?
Wegovy,
Yeah.
Ozempic.
I was gonna say the Ozempic drug. Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna be the
Yeah.
number one drug next
one.
year.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Soaring to the top
Good,
of the charts.
good lord, yes.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
easy.
It's going past all the 15. Now, I will say when I looked at another one,
Mm-hmm.
and it had like over the counter also. So
Oh.
one of the most prescribed also was vitamin D, which I feel like doctors do prescribe vitamin D
Yeah.
a lot. Like, oh, you're low in vitamin D. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think the whole world is low in vitamin D.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's just, and amoxicillin was one also,
Okay.
which I
Mm-hmm.
didn't make this list for some reason.
Hmm.
And then ibuprofen was another one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised it's not Prilosec. Omeprazole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I was surprised there wasn't a
That
PPI on
actually
here.
might not have been far below number 5, though,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I think it was in the top 10.
Okay.
So,
We've got we as a country, we
Yeah.
have high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And acid reflux.
And
acid
reflux from all of the bad
Cheese.
food
It's
we're
from all the
eating. Yeah.
cheese.
From all the stuff
Yes.
we're eating.
Thank
It's
you,
causing,
fast food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my Pharm Facts for today. Yeah.
That was great.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Nice
You're welcome.
facts. All right. Well, we are very excited
Yes.
to introduce you all to our new executive fellow, Haley Pertzborn.
Mm-hmm.
She started with us at the NPA in the office at the end of May.
Right.
And she jumped right in, like she's worked here for years,
I know,
honestly.
it feels like she's worked here for
Oh my
years.
gosh,
Yeah.
she just gets us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Haley.
Thank you.
So are you actually interested in association management as a career?
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to follow a path into this?
Yeah, we don't
What
see
got
that
your
very
interest
often.
I know.
No.
Well, that's anytime I told people on rotations that I was interested in association management, I got, really?
or what is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, why would
what are
you
you
do that?
doing?
Did you bump your head?
Exactly.
You went to school to do that? Yeah.
Exactly. What are you doing?
Right.
But no, I don't think I've always been interested, but I also always knew I kind of wanted to do something non-traditional in pharmacy. And my first rotation, my P4 year, was with the Iowa Pharmacy Association back home.
Oh, okay.
And Kate Gaynor, Emmeline Painsel,
Rock
they
stars.
just
Rock
amazing.
stars.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
Shout out. I was just about to say,
Yes.
shout out. And they just kind of lit that fire in me, and just seeing all the cool things they did. And then once I I actually met you on my rotation, Marcia,
Right.
at the Pharm CE Expo
Yes.
in Des Moines. So yeah. And then
Cool.
when I did an interview with you guys, it
It clicked.
clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
It clicked.
So I'm going to ask, I'm going off script here.
Again.
Yeah, again. I know. I'm known to go off script, believe it or not. So what about association management? Like
Right.
what intrigues you about that, or is I don't know, what makes you enticed
Why?
to do that? Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
Question mark. Yeah.
I think it mainly is just the connections that you make. I mean, pharmacy, as everyone says, is a small world. And I think association is kind of the center of that. So that is exactly, and my rotation proved that, and every day here proves that. And I just like talking to pharmacy technicians,
Right.
pharmacists, interns, students, whoever in pharmacy. And this is the place to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and you know what I absolutely love about my job is, while I love pharmacy, I really love helping pharmacists
Exactly.
and technicians and interns.
Yeah.
I love being able to help them.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really neat to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a whole different, instead of just you and your pharmacy world with your people around you, you're kind of involved in all types of pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah, that's
pharmacists.
Right.
in
And
all
even
different
connecting
fields.
one pharmacy to
Yeah,
another, or,
totally,
you
yeah.
know, so just being that kind of center hub.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And already she's very good at what she does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's just jumped around. We're lucky. We've been so lucky. We
So
just started the
lucky.
fellowship last year.
Right.
And we've been super lucky with fellowship with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're setting the bar rather high.
I know. Yeah,
I feel kind of sorry
so
for
good
any
luck.
future
Yeah,
fellows.
if anyone else
Good
is
luck.
coming. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my actual question
Okay.
is, tell us about your pharmacy journey. When did you decide you wanted to be a pharmacist, and what school did you attend?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it's so silly because I feel like nobody ever says I dreamt of being a pharmacist, but I kind of did. I feel like I have a few pharmacists in my family, so I kind of always heard about pharmacy. And then I remember distinctly in junior year of high school, I took a career class and a pharmacist came up as an option in like my personality test or anything.
Okay.
Right.
So I was like, So then I started talking to my family members, and then Drake University, 15, 20 minutes from my parents' house.
Oh, nice.
And the program is amazing. You get to kind of expand on just not pharmacy, because I also have a very strong interest in public health, and they let me explore that. So everything just kind of fell right into place. I was very, very lucky, and I'm very grateful for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so did you do your undergraduate and your pharmacy at Drake?
Yeah. So they
did all
have
that.
the
Okay.
2+4 program, which I did right after high school. So you do 2 years undergrad and then 4 years graduate, and then you're done.
Nice.
cool.
PharmD.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes. So what is one of the things you're most excited about doing at the NPA?
Yeah. Oh, It's definitely the events and connecting with our members. 110% it is. We've already had a few events.
Yes.
And I've met amazing pharmacists, pharmacy technicians, and we have students right now too, which has just been amazing to kind of jump.
You're good at it. Yeah.
Well, I just was one. So.
You can identify.
I was like, I get it.
Yeah, they all know how to identify with them.
I probably forgot what it's like.
No.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad because, I think getting people together is an important part of the association.
I agree.
I'm glad you like that.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. So you had mentioned this a little bit ago. One of your other interests is public health. So what is it about public health that interests you?
Yeah.
Or what made you think that was also a path you wanted to go down?
Yeah. So Drake offered a concentration in global and comparative public health, which I got. And I remember one of my mentors at Drake, he started talking to me about that in my sophomore P1 year. Okay. And then I just kept taking classes that were just like very oddball classes. Like I took anthropology, just random classes, and then getting into like global health, epidemiology, and my passion just grew. And then I don't feel like we get enough conversation about social determinants of health in pharmacy school. I think it's growing, but that was a main focus of my public health coursework. So, So again, I'm going off cue here again. Yeah. You just can't ring me. Shocker.
I feel like she's a Mustang. Don't you?
Everyone who knows me is like, she's hard to rein in, everybody. But,
which is why we love you.
Right. Now I've heard this a million times. You just said social determinants of health.
Yes.
Explain what that is, because I feel like we've used that word a lot, and some people might be like, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Right.
So what is that? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So there are 5 determinants of health. Okay. And oh man, thinking about them.
Quizzed you again.
I know.
I was doing a quiz. I didn't even know.
There's a neighborhood and built environment, which is kind of like where they're around, how close everything is. I know education. I don't know if it's education and health literacy, but they all are what factors into the health someone gets in their environment, and what else affects health besides just their body, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Sure.
So social context,
right, all those different
education,
things. Right,
the finances,
and
so
resources available,
exactly.
Okay,
So, and
which
just
can differ from area to area drastically.
From neighborhood to neighborhood.
Neighborhood to neighborhood,
even in urban.
Urban exactly.
Cities.
Yeah. And it's such an important part in someone's health. So that's, I mean, I think it makes me a better pharmacist. And I know that for a fact. So just having kind of the whole view of a patient, very important to me.
Yeah. Well, and, just off the cuff, we never really consider the fact that, we might have a prescription for a patient, but there could be some significant barriers in them actually coming in to get it and then
paying or
continuing to take it, whether it be transportation or they don't have the money, or they don't understand how important it is. We don't really take that into consideration often. So I think this is important.
Very important. I agree. Well, very cool. I like that.
So you traveled to Belize last year.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that trip.
I am so happy you brought this up. So I went to Belize through Drake as a rotation. Hillside Health Clinic, it's in the kind of the southern part of Belize. We've done so much research with them, and we've partnered with them, and students have always gone there for as long as I've known. But and it was just such a neat experience to kind of experience a different health system. And the patients are just so fun. And they're so fun to interact with. There's so many different cultures down there. And I feel like they really listen and appreciate, and it just kind of helps you test how do you communicate with patients. There's not like a huge language barrier. Their primary language is English, but they do speak other languages like Creole and Spanish. So there's like definitely some language barriers that you work with. But and Hillside Health Clinic, shout out. Amazing.
Nice.
If you ever have the opportunity to go there, go. I will be going back in my lifetime.
Very cool.
For sure.
So now, is it an area also that has limited resources for healthcare?
Yes.
Also there?
Yeah. Okay. So one of in the pharmacy specifically, just dealing with inventory. And our drug shortages are nothing compared to what they're experiencing in there. Wow. And it's funny because a lot of their stuff they compound, and I remember them just having like big industrial grade jugs of Tylenol syrup in solution.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a very, very different practice of pharmacy, but
okay.
Yeah. Once again, I just feel like it made me more.
Very cool experience then.
Yeah.
Did you see patients of all ages and all different kinds of disease states?
Yeah, it was mostly, we had a lot of kids, which is infection, that type of stuff. And then parents and elderly were primarily. Okay. People kind of didn't show up if they were like between the ages of 20 and 40 for the most part. But after they hit 40, once kind of things started to happen. But yeah, we did a lot of worm treatment, scabies treatment, just with the environment. Right. But yeah, so a lot of stuff I don't experience much here. Right. But yeah, and then a lot of infections. So I got to brush up on my infectious diseases. Wow. Yes. And with limited antibiotics, you really had to go to those 3rd, 4th line options. So
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Sure. What an experience.
Yeah. It was great.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you see pharmacy going in the future, or what would you like to see happening with the future of pharmacy?
Yeah. Oh, man. So many things.
That's a big question.
That is a big question. Yeah. Oh, so many things. I think for me, I just have a very big passion with students and with technicians. Okay. And like just even younger generation being young generation. Yeah. Because I mean, we're the future, you know, or whatever changes we make, we're going to be implementing those and we're going to be continuing that on through our whole career. Right. So I think definitely investing in our younger generation and our P4s to first year. I know that's a focus we're starting at the MPA, and then our technicians too. I mean, having them be able to immunize now, that's huge. Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. And expanding on their role, making sure they're getting compensated for everything they can do. And our pharmacists getting compensated for all we can do. That's a whole other subject. Right. But I feel like post-COVID, we always talk about how we were frontline and we got a lot of recognition for that.
That's true.
And I think we just got to keep going with this force. Yeah. And proving that we can do more. Right. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, so I'm going to change the subject. You have another love besides pharmacy, and his name is Boog. Tell us a little bit about Boog.
Yes. So, well, he was a COVID dog. I rescued him in 2021. Oh, wow. He is 10 years old now.
I love that you rescued a senior dog.
Oh my God! Everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that just shows you what a big heart she is.
Yeah, because it's hard. You know,
it is
losing a pet. Yeah. And I've lost a number of them, but you know, losing a pet is hard, and so taking one on that like I don't know how much longer this pet's gonna live. Yeah. You know,
how long we have to
Yeah, but that just to have a good home.
Exactly, and that's what I use to justify all the treats I buy him, and the toys that I buy him, and the little outfits I put him in.
Oh, yeah, you can have a good outfit at our fall forum.
Yes.
Can't wait to see
Yes, he will be there.
Yeah,
but
I love that.
Yeah. So do you know what kind of dog he is or what mix he is? Or?
Yeah, I think, this is my bet, but I feel like he's a German Shepherd and Mountain Cur mix. I really did some research on this.
Okay, yeah.
Mountain
Cur?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this dog.
It's I don't know. It almost looks like a little bit like a German Shepherd, honestly, but they're kind of more of a herding, like larger dog, that type of thing. Okay. But he's got a lot of German in him. Okay. A lot of German in him.
Yeah.
And you say that because he's very protective or?
Very protective.
And smart.
Yes, and very smart, but also is not aware sometimes of himself.
Right.
Okay.
Germans, I feel like they're so smart, but they're so goofy sometimes.
Maybe not as much common sense.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's book smart, not street smart.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
And you do have a camera, so you can watch him during the day. Yes. So
yes, I am checking on him often.
Yes, making sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's a good boy.
Oh, he is such a good boy. Except for fireworks. But he is a good boy any other day.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's hard on humans and dogs.
Yes.
I think so too.
For a lot of people.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And the weather we've had has been
my goodness.
This summer.
Yes.
Crazy.
Thunder sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he's getting kind of the hang because just being in a new apartment, new place. Yeah. But he's doing a lot better now. He just sleeps on the couch all day.
Nice. I want to be alive.
I know.
And get an outfit
I'm jealous.
Too.
I know.
And treats.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do love a treat.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to play a game now.
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be pharmacy law.
Ooh.
What do you know? Yeah.
I have no doubt that Haley knows her pharmacy law.
Yes.
Because she just took her MPJE.
Yeah. Yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
I bet she aced it.
Hopefully, yeah. I think she did probably. Yeah.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. But just as a review.
Yes.
And, people can play along.
People can play along because some of these questions are things that we get asked often about. So,
So the first question, we ready?
Do it.
Okay. So how many members are on the Board of Pharmacy? How many people are on the Board of Pharmacy in Nebraska?
I remember that was one of the first things you told me, and it is 5.
Yes.
5. And I will never forget it.
That's right. That's right. It represents, we always have a public member on all of our boards. Is that the same in Iowa?
Yes, I believe
Consumer
so.
member,
I believe
member?
so. I haven't studied for that MPJE yet.
Okay, that's all right. And you don't need to. You don't need to. You're never going back.
Yeah, you're staying with us forever.
Right. They always have a hospital pharmacist, and then they have 3 other pharmacist members that can be in
any specialty.
Any specialty, any practice area.
Now, I have a question on that. So the public member that we have right now, is that the lawyer that is on there? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was just checking on that. Okay.
And, this person is to represent the public. So they don't have to have any experience necessarily. We're kind of lucky because Daryl has experience with the Board of Pharmacy. He understands how the Department of Health and Human Services works, and he understands pharmacy too.
Right.
So
which is good. Yeah,
it is really good.
Yeah,
we're very lucky.
Nice.
Very, very lucky.
Okay, and this is a question that we get often, actually, and sometimes even when I'm doing a pharmacy visit, people will ask me this too. So this is good for me to remember also.
Yeah.
How long do prescription records need to be kept?
I believe 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's more specific in Nebraska than federal.
And I think that's why we get the question all the time, is because we're off there doing our own thing in Nebraska.
You're your own person in Nebraska.
So
federal law says 2 years, and for some reason,
Nebraska said no.
We said 5.
We like to do things a little bit harder than everyone else.
We do.
Yeah. So it's not surprising.
Keep the records.
Yeah, keep them. People
keep those records.
Keep those records.
Store this stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Dear Lord. Yeah.
Yes, they need to be readily retrievable for 5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So they could be kept electronically.
Yeah. Just if your computer breaks, make sure you save that hard drive.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Or save to the cloud.
To the cloud.
Back
Not
up.
the cloud.
Whatever the cloud is. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. So in Nebraska, how long does a pharmacy technician have to get certified after they're registered?
Yep. So after they're registered, it is 1 year before they can, and that's the same in Iowa actually.
Is it?
It's a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're tech and training and
Okay.
And I don't know how long it takes to become certified.
Yeah.
I think most people pass that exam the first time. Some don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we don't want people waiting till the
last minute.
11.5 months after they got registered to start thinking about that.
Just in case.
And you definitely have to study a little bit for that tech. I took that tech exam to become certified before. I was an intern, and because it tests you on all areas. So if you're just in community pharmacy, you gotta look at some stuff for hospital too.
I bet you there's some sterile stuff in there, compounding stuff.
Yeah, and I hadn't even heard of compounding way back then. I was just a little baby.
Yeah, a lot of people probably who are coming in to be a technician, and sometimes it's younger people. Might not even like compounding. What are you even talking about? Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Alrighty. Can techs check other techs' work?
And this is interesting because this varies and it's changing a lot. But I think here it's yes, but only in hospitals.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And we call that check. No. Tech.
You got it.
Yeah. There. Woo.
That's a tongue.
That was
say it 5 times fast.
Good.
Yeah. After a drink or two, I don't think I could say it.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't know who's checking what. Yeah.
Nobody's checking anything.
Nobody's
checking anything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tech.
Yes.
Yes. You're right.
It's catchy.
Right.
Now, is that only in Nebraska specific? Do we know?
In Iowa.
Techs can check.
Okay.
Techs. I had to stop for a second there.
Yeah.
But and I think it's expanding a little more in Iowa, and I think it has recently. But
I think there's some requirements. I think in Iowa, the tech that's doing the final verification, maybe. Yeah. They have to have some training.
Yeah, extra.
And,
Okay.
Yeah. And I think they have to be certified for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
And
actually, that did come up not too long ago too in a tech meeting we were doing. That someone was unsure that actually was a thing. So that might be something people aren't sure of either.
Yeah, I think for technicians who don't work in hospitals, they probably are
unaware that that's a thing. Yeah,
because it's not relevant to them.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in Nebraska right now today, how many interns or technicians can a pharmacist supervise?
It is 3 here. Ratio is 1 to 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's different.
Because I was
unlimited.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a big I don't know if I want to say controversy, but sort of. It's a thing here where people it's a battle.
Yeah. And everybody kind of has their own comfort with it.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, and, I've talked to lots of pharmacists across the state, and they've said, you could make it unlimited if you want. It doesn't matter. I can only hire this number of people, or I can't even fill the positions I have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I can't find one technician to work. So what am I going to, how am I going to manage a bunch when I can't get one?
Yeah. And the current state of the workforce, I don't know how relevant it is right now.
Right.
But
and I think,
hopefully we get back to a place
where
we can kind of bring up the conversation again.
Yeah.
Right. And see
what
we're thinking.
Where people are at. Because a lot of times too, people either don't have the means to hire that many people anyway, or don't want to manage that many people.
Exactly. Which is fair.
Yeah. Okay. How often does a DEA registrant need to complete a controlled substance inventory, and can the counts be estimated?
Yeah. So controlled inventory is annually.
Okay.
And they cannot be estimated.
Okay.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, yeah.
That would be crazy.
The DEA isn't falling for that one.
Yeah.
No.
You used to be able to do
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're like, I think we have about
only an exact count on C2s.
Wow.
The other ones you could be like,
like an 1,000 count bottle. I wish I could with a 1,000 count,
but if it was a bigger bottle, you could.
I think there's 798.
Close.
Ish. Ish in there. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And this is where Nebraska is more restricted than federal. In Iowa, is it annual?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
So maybe all the other states are annual too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay.
So can a physician assistant in Nebraska dispense medications to a patient?
They cannot, but they can do samples.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. Something
so
labeled
they can,
as sample.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now, is
That's a good one.
so we have a PA, and then we have a LPN? No. What's the other?
APRN?
APRN? Is that the same
Advanced
thing?
practice registered nurse.
And
nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner. So can they dispense anything? No. Samples? Yes. Okay, so same sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah, in Nebraska, you're either a pharmacist, an intern, or a technician working with a pharmacist, or a physician can dispense. That's the only people that can provide medications to a person for self-administration.
Okay. Unless it's a sample in the doctor's office.
Exactly.
Okay.
Boy, you got this down. I think she would pass the MPJE.
You got to sit for the MPJE.
Yeah, I should for
after
sure.
this.
Yes.
It's so fun.
I mean, as long as I don't have to pronounce, whatever it is. Yeah.
That is not on the exam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be good as long as I don't have to actually say what it is asking me. Yeah.
This is easy.
Okay.
How hard can it be?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Can a prescriber write a prescription for a controlled substance for his or herself?
No.
No. Okay.
That's right.
I mean, which sounds a little squirrely anyway. Like,
It does.
I feel like
Doesn't it make you feel uncomfortable thinking about
I
it?
feel like, you shouldn't be able to. Yeah.
A lot of power there.
So now, so explain this. So it is unprofessional conduct is what it would be.
Yeah.
The term that they would use if you had done it. So prescribing any controlled substance to A, oneself, or B, except in the case of a medical emergency.
Yes. Right.
So, but that would have to be for one's spouse, one's child, parent,
Family.
sibling, or another person living in the same household as the prescriber, but still not yourself.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So never oneself, and only an emergency in those cases.
Family.
So, and if it's not an emergency, a prescriber cannot prescribe a controlled substance for their spouse,
Right.
child, parent, sibling, or anyone living in the same household.
Okay. So now this was specifically, we said, for controlled substances. So now that makes me ask, if you just need some amoxicillin, can you prescribe that to yourself? a doctor?
You can, but I think that becomes an ethical.
It's kind of frowned upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like filling a prescription for yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no law that says you can't.
Okay.
But should you?
But should you?
Yeah.
Oh, such a good question.
Because I could see where if it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fill my own whatever Tylenol with codeine. No big deal, right?
Well, that's a controlled substance.
Yeah.
But
even your other, I mean, it feels a little
or
weird.
even blood pressure or whatever.
Yeah.
I think we all need someone to take care of us, and
that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
We need a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully there's people there that can also fill.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
We got our last one.
Last question, and Haley, so far, 100%.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes. She's doing good.
She's doing really good.
So far, she's passed the test.
And we haven't asked easy questions either.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So last one. Can a pharmacist in Nebraska administer medications?
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Yes. And this is like a little wishy-washy.
This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Okay.
So in the law that says what a pharmacist can do in Nebraska,
Okay.
it has all the things, like you can use the abbreviation RP or RPH.
Right.
Okay, it has all the things. But more importantly, it says that a pharmacist can possess without dispensing prescription drugs and devices, including controlled substances, for purposes of administration,
Okay.
repackaging, or educational use in an accredited pharmacy program. So a lot of people call our office and say, where does it say in the law that a pharmacist can give immunizations? Well, it doesn't say in the law that a pharmacist can give immunizations, but in the powers of a pharmacist, you can administer. Yep.
Okay. Because it's not saying you can't either.
Right.
There's no one saying specifically you cannot administer a vaccine or an immunization or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. Okay.
100%, Haley.
Yeah,
Woo!
way to go.
You passed.
Good job.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go on to events. And we've got quite a bit of events coming up, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first event coming up is this week, which is August 4th.
Yes.
The second annual HSync conference. So just to remind you, it's bringing together our members who practice in the hospital health settings or in leadership roles. And members of the industry network. So people who are hospital administrators and industry, kind of getting them together. But also we're going to be having some programs also that people can get CE for in that. So last year was a big success. That was our first one. So we're doing it again. And this year's sessions are going to be on trends in hospital and health systems pharmacy, a 340B point and counterpoint.
I'm excited about
that.
That
will be very interesting.
Excited about
that. That will be very, very interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
On cultivating leaders and then preparing the next generation by building strong preceptors.
Yeah.
So we're going to have all those things. Many thanks to Raj for getting much of the planning done for this, and then to Haley for taking the baton and finishing it up. Like, hey, welcome. Now we just have this conference that you need to finish.
We just have this gigantic program we need you to
So good luck with that.
It's been great. It's been great.
We just need you to talk to industry people and try to get them there. So that's always a fun challenge. Yeah.
Yes.
So then if you would like to sign up for that, go to the website, onto the events calendar and click on that, and then there'll be more information on signing up on that.
Yeah. I still think HSync sounds like a boy band.
It does, for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too close to NSYNC.
I mean, that's where my brain goes.
Yeah.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
But it's catchy.
It's catchy.
You're going to remember it.
You're going to remember it. Yeah. It's much better than saying the whole thing out.
Exactly.
Yeah. The next event that's coming up is August 6th from 7 to 8.
Okay.
It is a members-only event.
Okay.
It's designed for our independent network, but anybody can attend.
Right. Yeah.
Because this session is on artificial intelligence.
Right.
Yes. Our partner from Prescriptives
Okay.
came up with the idea for the title, and that is Cash Prescriptions Ka-Ching, Artificial Intelligence, How to Leverage Its Power to Improve Pharmacy Profitability for Your Cash Prescriptions.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's intriguing.
It's going to be a virtual event on a Sunday evening, and any members can sign up. They just need to
log
register.
in. Yeah. Register and log in.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think they have to register. I think they just have to log in.
Okay.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, then August 22nd from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. we have it's a members-only event for our new compounding network. Ooh. And again, anyone could join it. I mean, if you're interested in compounding, but this is a newer network that we have. This is a virtual program also. And it is going to be covering USP 795 and 797.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, this is a brand new network, and anybody who's compounding, even in a hospital, at a hospital, if they're doing some compounding, I think that they would benefit from the experience of this group. Or if anybody's doing, still doing some non-sterile compounding, it's all for all compounders in any practice area. So, it will be a really good first meeting.
Yeah, it'll be cool for people to meet. And is Tim leading that?
Tim Redline.
Tim Redline,
yes.
right?
From Redline Pharmacies.
Yes.
Out of Hastings.
Yeah, he's the compounding network chair.
He is.
So
that's right.
Okay.
On August 24th, we've got another virtual event.
Yep.
7:30 to 8:30 for members only, and this is from PAS.
Okay.
I think we talked about this in the past. PAS is the Pharmacy Audit Assistance Service.
Okay.
And so this is a company that pharmacies can hire, and they will help pharmacies in the event of an audit. And I will tell you that we get the PAS newsletter.
Right.
I think I most recently shared that with you.
Yes, you did.
Their newsletter is the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there are so many tips and tricks to avoid audits.
Right.
Okay.
And it gives you, how to calculate quantities of eye drops, for example.
Wow.
It actually, it's there.
Yeah, we were just talking about counting pills, but
exactly.
Counting how much is left in an eye drop.
They're very focused on the details of everything that you wouldn't even think about.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so can anyone go sign up for that newsletter then?
You have to be a member. You have to be a member of PAS.
Okay.
PAS National. And this is a members only event, but any member, can participate in this virtual program. One of the leaders of PAS is going to be talking about understanding interchangeable biologics and dispensing off-label risks.
Okay. That's another good topic.
It is another good topic because, a lot of times I'm sure at pharmacies, we get a prescription for one of the biologics and a person's insurance requires us to change it to a different one. So, is that technically off-label? How does that work? Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can substitute. It's back to... Should you?
Should you? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that's going to be a really good, just to understand the risks and to hear from PAS National.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Then on September 9th, this is in Norfolk.
Oh. You can say it however you want to.
Okay. How do you say it? Because you lived there.
I lived there, but this is the place that I think that only the natives say it wrong.
What do you say? Norfolk?
I call it Norfolk.
Norfolk.
But the natives call it Norfolk.
Norfolk.
There's only one R in Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going with Norfolk for now.
Okay.
That's probably not right either, but
that's okay.
We're just gonna
anyway,
just be confident.
Yeah, right. Norfolk. We're going there.
Girl.
At the district tap and table.
Yes.
We have a members only event for the independent network, but again, anyone is welcome to come.
And I think we're going to scatter the love wide, and anybody who lives around Norfolk is welcome.
Come in.
It's going to be fun.
We'd love to see you.
It's a social event.
So if you're in the area, part of the independent network or not part of the independent network, whatever.
Right.
We had a good event there when we did the ACE tour, and it was all different people, and people loved to see each other. People were excited to see their
Scott from Osmond, come on down.
Yeah.
Kim from Wayne.
Call them out.
Hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So I can next shout you out.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And this one actually is from 5 to 9:30. So come and go. If you can't get there at 5, get there at 7, get there at 8, get there at 9, whatever. Yeah. Just come as long or short as you can. That's going to be hosted by our independent network chair, Trevor Birch.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm also going to slaughter that one. Okay.
No, so this evening is just about getting together, getting social, and there is a comedian at the comedy club next door.
Oh, yes.
So if people want to do that, they can get their own tickets. Myself and a guest will be at table 13. But
lucky table 13.
So get your tickets because I understand the tickets for that go fast.
Oh,
I believe it.
Okay.
And but come and have a beer on us. We'll nosh.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little snacky
Yes.
Okay.
Snacky poos, and then go over to the comedy show.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
Yes.
I like that.
And I haven't decided who I'm taking with me.
Oh God.
I know.
We're gonna have to fight in the office. Have a competition.
Well, I think my husband might be in the running as well.
Oh no, we gotta bring Kurt in.
I can take him.
We gotta bring Kurt in for the competition.
I can take him, I think.
I do.
Yeah.
I haven't met him, but if Amy's confident, I will back her up.
Yeah.
It could be a shared victory.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
We're going to be starting the ACE tour again.
Right.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to take Haley out on the road. Our first stop is going to be in Alliance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alliance on September 7th.
Right.
And then we're going to be in Cozad on September 12th. Mm-hmm. We're going to be in Grand Island on September 19th.
Yes.
Yes. Columbus on the 26th. On October 10th, we'll be in Wayne.
Yep.
Ashland on November 2nd. And then we're going to finish it off November 11th in Beatrice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're trying to get in different places that we weren't in last year and mix it up so that people from different areas can also hopefully be close to those areas and come into them. So, because we do get a lot of times where it's easy, we're in Lincoln and Omaha, Lincoln get a lot of people because we have a lot of pharmacies and pharmacists. So, but we're trying to get out there, mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
We want to see you.
We want to see you. And we're hoping that those people that live, an hour or less away can make it. Because we're pushing the event back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be later
7
in the
p.m.
evening.
is what our thought is. Yeah.
7 o'clock p.m.
Yep.
And we're going to have dessert.
Yeah.
And what's really cool this year is that we're partnering with the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Pharmacy.
Yeah.
And yes, the dean wants to get out.
Yeah.
Say hi, maybe give a little update about what's going on at UNMC's College of Pharmacy.
Yeah.
So super excited to hit the road with the dean and other faculty members. So this is going to be a really neat ACE tour.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a nice evening out. Grab some dessert with us and find out what's going on.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
And good towns. We've been to most of these towns. So.
Yes, yep.
Okay, and then October 5th through the 7th, Fall Pharmacy Forum.
Yes.
Getting excited.
So excited.
This is a members-only event. So if you're not a member, this is a great, become a member because you get this. There's tons of other members-only events that you get to go to. It's worth the amount of money that you're paying for a membership to be able to go to these things because the old conference would have cost a lot of money, hotel rooms, all sorts of things.
Right.
This is a virtual event. So our keynote speaker is going to be Tim Ulbrich, your financial pharmacist.
Great.
And last night we just had Andy was doing a presentation on
all things finances.
All things finance, which was a great presentation. And a lot of people loved the financial pharmacist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "Yep, the book's great. They do a great
He's been a
job.
rising star for a little bit now. Yeah. I'm excited.
Even one of the people there uses them.
I know.
Yeah.
As their
financial advisor.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So that was cool to hear.
Yeah.
And we had sent out a survey to see what members want to learn about, and a lot of it was retirement, what to do, how to invest your money. And there might have even been a third thing that I can't remember, but that's kind of what we're focusing on. We wanted to see what our members were interested in learning about, and so that's what they're going to focus on.
Yeah.
And then we've got the welcome box, of course, which will be filled with great stuff.
Little goodies.
Yes, all sorts of goodies. Yeah. And then we're going to be doing some law updates from Nebraska, then Washington on the federal level, some patient safety. So
we're gonna
mark your calendars.
We're going to have an hour of patient safety.
Oh, that's good.
So I know that a lot of techs need patient safety. Yeah. So that's going to be great with Tara Modison.
Plus we'll have the mortar bowl.
We're going to have the mortar bowl.
And that is fun.
It is fun.
It's fun. Yeah. Trivia. An hour of trivia. Maybe it's more than an hour. I'm sure,
and you get CE for it. Hello.
Sign me up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Yeah, you get CE for trivia. I like that idea.
Learning.
It's learning. I like this. Yeah,
it's learning.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure you follow the NPA's Facebook page.
Yes.
And if you're a member, We'll keep you updated in the daily news dose, so watch for that. And you can always go to the events page on our website at npharm.org.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes,
Haley, we're excited to have you on. I'm sure she'll be back on here with us again. And thank you all for joining us on the 18th episode of
Pharm Girls. That's my favorite.